Hello, assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope you're all safe, sound, and healthy. And this is right now. Today is the 31st of December. It is Sunday and it is 10:06 p.m. And why am I suddenly deciding to do a podcast? It's not actually sudden. I've been thinking about it for a few days, especially since the release of Khatija Shah. But there just have been a few things that have been on my mind, and I've also, as you know, as you must have already understood from my recent podcast episodes, um, the darn flu isn't leaving me alone. I mean, it's in those. I'm at right now that stage where it's just not completely finished, and it's not that bad either, but it's most irritating because you just you're just not still comfortable enough, as you can see. So plus also, as I've mentioned in my last episode, the neighbors, they have been doing some reconstruction or renovation or whatever it is. I swear it's like they come out with different types of ways to disturb us every single month. And so all that noise, it was just irritating. I didn't want to just open up my laptop and use my voice cancellation, blah de blah, and I know my mobile voice cancellation works too, but it's not probably as amazing, or maybe it is, I don't know. But in any case, point is, now I can actually finally do a bit of a podcast. In fact, to be honest, I kind of forgot. I almost forgot even. And I was trying to remember what the theme was, and then I suddenly remembered. Actually, because, a lot of interesting things are going on, but they're not interesting enough for me to talk about, I mean, because it's the same, it's like, pass the ball kind of stuff, between the judges and the court and the establishment and the army and the illegal government. And the how low down can the illegal government go that the caretaker prime minister, again I repeat, the caretaker prime minister, who essentially constitutionally is no longer even a caretaker prime minister. Why? Because his time had already ended, but they are illegally extending their time, and they haven't yet done what they are basically here to do. They have just one job, okay? And that one job is to get the damn elections done. But no, 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 no. They're just putting the elections as far as they can. They're just pushing it as far as they can, and they are putting it on hold. And they have much more important things to do, such as traveling all over the world using our money, right? And then suddenly doing road construction on different, the way Shabazz Sharif, Nawaz Sharif, and their minions, Shabazz Sharif is in control whenever there is a road construction going on in Lahore. Seriously. So you can see very clearly that this caretaker government is made up of all Nawaz Sharif and Shabazz Sharif's minions. Why? They've started reconstructing roads. Why, pray tell, do you always have to touch those very roads that do not need to be touched? I swear they have just effed the Lahore map. Lahore was known to be one of the best cities in Pakistan when it comes to road mapping. You never got lost. But thanks to Shabazz Sharif, we are now always getting lost. He's made unnecessary roads and unnecessary rings and unnecessary circles, and he's just making us go round and round in circles. This goddamn donkey. I mean, he is such an a-hole. There is no abuse on this earth that can actually do him justice. He's even beyond all the abuses and the swears that one can think of on earth. This is the kind of person that he is, I swear. And such people don't even die. Nawaz Sharif, Shabazz Sharif, Zardari, they just don't die. It's amazing how these people just don't die. It actually makes you lose faith in God, to be very honest. There are days when you really like to rethink, about the status, of God. And like, is he really a good guy, or is he actually the real devil? You know, because I swear, when I look at all these people running around, when I look at the Israelis, when I look at America, when I look at Britain, when I look at all those people, when I look at India's government, when I look at my own illegal government, when I look at all these people, I really feel that God is on their side. I know that as Muslims, we have learned that God deliberately gives them all the time and space they need so that they can, just go all out. And then He's going to drag them by their ankles to hell. But sometimes I feel that that is too little too late. This life will have ended, the damage is done. I don't think any amount of, compensation can really help when you're dead and gone, and when everything is already finished and ended. Do you honestly think any compensation can actually help you? I mean, can you be recompensated? I don't know. I don't know. But okay, I'm probably it's one of my days where I'm depressed, so I'll be talking such weird things. But anyway, I digress. So back to the point. The point being that the caretaker prime minister has gone so low down in his ass licking, in his efforts to lick the asses of the people he serves, that he's decided to now attacking Imran Khan because, it keeps on backfiring. So he's decided to just attack now the hospital that Imran Khan built. I mean, seriously, how low down? I mean, it's not as if Nawaz Sharif hasn't already attempted that. Nawaz Sharif has attempted an attack on the hospital by claiming that it was made on land illegally and this and that, to which actually the whole world challenged him that you're the one that allotted the land to Imran Khan. So are you trying to say that you allotted Imran Khan an illegal land while you were then in the government? And he applied for the papers? Seriously? Is that what you're trying to say? So, yeah, the way they have always tried to pin their own corruption on an honest man it's beyond disgusting. The people of Pakistan are so disgusted, but there is still a fraction. There is always still a fraction of people that always amaze you. You know how stupid people are very stubborn. They're stupid because they're extremely stubborn. Yeah, that is the kind of people that we do have. There's that fraction of people in Pakistan who are so stubborn that they're like, oh, we know that Nawaz Sharif is not a good person. We know he's corrupt, but we're still going to be with him. Then why don't you just lick his ass and die with him? Join him in his grave too. I don't care. I'm sorry, but the point here is that having seen all these things that are so monotonous. I mean, these people are so monotonous even in their ways of trying to go after their enemies. It's like how America is so monotonous in the way it always goes after other countries. It's the same pattern. Try to be a little more creative, people. Give me something to talk about. America is not creative. It's been a century at least, and America still hasn't learned any creativity. Like miles away, you can see America's behind whatever's going on when something's going on, and America really is behind it. Similarly, you just know what Nawaz Sharif is going to do, what the establishment is going to do, because they're doing the same damn thing every time. Try something new. Oh yeah, I forgot, they tried something new. They decided to disrespect women, the elderly, and kids. They decided to kidnap women, illegally arrest them. They decided to sexually assault and harass women because, you see, they were becoming westernized. Yeah, I forgot that. Well, so speaking of women, so yeah, Khatija Shah, just a few days ago, she got released. The other women, like Dr. Yasmin, who, remember, is a patient who has also had to go to the hospital in between, and all the other young girls and women who are still in jail, who haven't yet been released. Then we have Shah Mahmood Qureshi, who's still, I mean, see, that's the problem. The problem is the courts keep demanding for their release. The courts keep throwing out their cases. The courts keep saying these are bogus cases, but the police is not listening to the courts. Why? Because the army is telling the court, you know what, we may not have announced it, but this is a dictatorship, yo. So there you are. And now we have this ultra stupid move by, we have Isa Faiz. I swear, this man does not suit any of his names. You have Qazi with his name, and then you have Isa, which is Jesus, with his name, and then you have Faiz with his name. And seriously, even if he called himself Faz, I would have been a little more happier. I prefer to call him Faz, because Faiz, really? You a-hole. How dare you have these names? You should have been aborted while still an embryo. That's what you should have been. But in any case, as I said, today is one of those days. But I'll try to keep it together. So, Khatija Shah being released. Uh, some people try to bring the speculations and all, but actually, I listened to Vajahat Ali, and according to him, it was most definitely talks. Because remember, she and a lot of the others, they are dual national citizens. In other words, they're dual nationality holders. And remember, in the beginning, there was this miscommunication where it was said that she was half Canadian, and then we found out no, she's half American. So it is, according to him, this 12-day visit of the army chief in America is what led to her release, and that it might be the first of the many other releases to come of American Pakistani citizens. But again, I would remind you of what I said previously, even before, that don't you think that America has taken its sweet time? Obviously, because America was the one behind it all. And obviously, because America was behind this whole crap load of caboodle that just hit the fan, you know, so obviously America was not, it was not going to bring up this subject very easily of releasing Pakistani American citizens. In fact, it is, I can 100% guarantee this, knowing America and knowing the way it works. In fact, it's probably America's idea to make the law enforcement agencies to force Khatija Shah to write that letter that she wrote in English, in which she was supposed to make this grand false confession, But obviously, her real letter that she wrote and sent to her family, which was outed recently before her release, that was the content that was really her. That was the content that she really wanted out. That was the message that she wanted out. Remember, she was not arrested. She surrendered. And why did she surrender? Because they kept coming to her home and they kept harassing her family, her husband, her family. So because of that, she's like, okay, you know what, talk to me. What is it that you want? So you need to keep those things in mind. So yeah, I am not celebrating the fact that America suddenly decided to wake up and say, oh, you know what? It's time now to talk about our foreign policy regarding the American citizens that we have in your jail. Yeah, right. You're the ones that made them go there. You're the ones that allowed the law enforcement agencies to keep them there. She was supposed to be out a long time. Her case was thrown out 5 times in court. 5 different times, the courts had basically just thrown out the case and they had ordered her release. And it was refused to, that order was literally not listened to. It was not followed, by the law enforcement agencies. And now suddenly, now she goes to Quetta court. And obviously, Quetta is one of those courts. Remember, we have the KPK and Balochistan High Courts. These are the only ones right now that are openly and still, they're challenging the illegal government and the illegality of the government and of the establishment and the army and all that they're doing. So, yeah, so now the Quetta High Court ordered her release again on bail. And now she's finally out. Keep that in mind. Okay. Keep that in mind that if America has now decided to pretend to be there for its citizens that are in prison, illegally imprisoned, because remember, this is something I've said before, that America and Canada have showed blatant discrimination even amongst their own citizens, regardless of their foreign policy. So if you're a Black American, or if you are a Muslim American, or if you are a Pakistani American, if you're Asian American, then they do not seem to be too keen or too eager to help them when they are stuck somewhere abroad. But if you're a white American, then within 24 to 48 hours, you can expect your government to reach out to you and to reach out for you and to get you out of the pickle that you're in. That's American foreign policy for you. And now, speaking of America, American foreign policy, and the fact that it's 31st December, of course, now America and Europe want to celebrate or go on celebrating, New Year, and everybody's going to wish each other Happy New Year. Well, whatever rocks your boat. I mean, after all, you're the same country that celebrates Thanksgiving. And what was the idea behind Thanksgiving? The genocide of Native Americans. So every year you celebrate Thanksgiving with such gusto, and you don't care that the whole point of Thanksgiving is that you're thankful for the fact that you invaded a land and then committed genocide of the natives. So, now you can associate your new year with genocide of Palestinians, right? So yeah, Happy New Year, Western world. After all, what are you celebrating? You're celebrating the genocide of Palestinians. Right. Whatever rocks your boat, man. And I'm not buying it, sorry. I'm not buying that hypocritical foreign policy of the American State Department. You're right. Suddenly, after 2 bloody years, you remembered your citizens illegally imprisoned in Pakistan? Seriously, give me a break already. This is me signing out. Khuda Hafiz.